In this video, I'm going to walk you through our agency's link building strategy template, and then I'm going to give you a link so you can grab the template for yourself, as long as some more free trainings that are going to show you exactly how to fill it out. Stay tuned. So what you're looking at here is the actual link building strategy deck template that we use for all of our agency's clients. I'm going to run you through every slide in here in a second. I just wanted to quickly let you know that there's a lot that goes into populating this, and I didn't want to cover it all in this video. So if you click below, you'll get access to a full training that will show you exactly how to do a link audit. It will show you how to fill out this template. It will show you how to determine how many links a client website needs, and it'll also help you determine how and where to get those links for every type of client that you're working with. So if you want access to that, just click the link below. It's absolutely free, and it will train you on how to fill out every element of this strategy deck. Now, if you already know how to do all that, I just want to run through this template to take you all the way to the end output to show you what you should be giving to your clients as you kick off an SEO and link building campaign. So the first slide in the template is just an introduction, depending on the level of sophistication of your client. In other words, how much do they know about link building? This is a nice little introductory slide that just tells them what a link is and why it's important. This is good to give a context to a client. Again, especially if you're working with a larger organization or a small business, they might not know everything there is to know about links. So you want to give them context always in education and walk them through what a link is, why it's important, and how we're going to get those links for their website. The template also has these areas of yellow here. Anything that's highlighted in yellow, that's what you should be filling out. Everything else in this is a template that will just spin through the customized content based on the needs of the client. So for example, here, what's highlighted here in yellow is the type of links that we'll be acquiring for that client: guest posting, blogger outreach, and resource pages, and then also the number of links that we will be getting for that client per month. So again, we're all about productization and speeding things up, but at the same time, we don't want to just send a template that has no customization to that client. Templates are meant to speed things up. They're not meant to do the work for you. So we want to make sure that we're leaving these areas and we're customizing to the things that that specific client needs out of a campaign. So the next slide transitions into the link profile analysis. So what we'll be doing here is reviewing their current link profile for quality, for any potential red flags. We'll do a head-to-head comparison with their website versus competitors, and then some action items on how we're going to move forward with this part of the analysis. So the first slide in this section is just talking about link spam. So again, in the training videos, which are linked to beneath, we teach you how to do a spam analysis, mainly using Ahrefs and Google Search Console, to just go through and kind of make sure that there's no spammy links point to the website, and if there are, how we're going to handle them and how we're going to fix that issue. So some of the things that we have in here are things like over-optimized anchor text, spammy anchor text, link velocity, if there's too many links going too fast or a big drop off in links going too fast, low quality links, or just a potential negative SEO attack. This is where we'll address these things and mark it as issue or not an issue, and then present it to the client as well as an action plan for how we'll fix these things. The next slide here is a really actually powerful chart that we build for clients that shows their current domain authority. And you can use Ahrefs authority. You can use whatever authority that you like here, or total link count if you want. We prefer DA because it's just kind of a universal language that everyone knows about, even though it's not the most accurate. However, when you do compare it apples to apples, it is pretty accurate because you're keeping the same ecosystem, as opposed to going DA versus Ahrefs versus some other, I think citation flow is another one that people use. Just pick one and stick to it. That's all that really matters. Again, the key here with this slide is just showing them how they compare to competitors. And this is an important conversation to have with clients, because this is where we start talking about link gaps, right? When a client comes to you and like, hey, I want to rank first for, insurance nationally, and you're like, okay, well, let's take a look. You don't have any links versus all these competitors that have hundreds and thousands of high quality links. This is to show them the gap, and this is to prepare them for a conversation about how long it's going to take to get them results, and potentially the amount of resources and money that they're going to have to put into link building campaigns. So if you go through the scoping process and potentially miss this, which you shouldn't if you follow our sales process, but if you did miss this, or if the client didn't want to pay for links, that's fine. Now's the opportunity to present this to them and show them, this is where you are, this is where they are, this is the gap, this is how we're going to close the gap. It's going to take time and it's going to take resources. So this is a really important conversation piece to let them know how long it's going to take and how much it's really going to cost them to get to where they need to be. And again, if you click the link below, we show you exactly how to build this very simple chart and then populate this slide with that. Hey, real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post weekly content only for my subscribers, like links to my private Slack channel, office hours, and free access to marketing templates and tools. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. That's it. So the next slide here is showing your link velocity, aka how many links you're getting over a period of time versus the competition. And this is important because, again, this is going to kind of show you a gap analysis, but also what's a natural link pattern based on the competitors in terms of how many links that they're getting. What we don't want to do, especially if you're doing things like guest posting or potentially paying for links or using vendors, we don't want to just have a huge spike. We need it to be natural, and we want to make it natural based on the competition of the keywords that we're trying to rank for. So the first chart up here shows the client what their current link velocity is. It kind of gives them a baseline for how they've grown in the past and just how many links that they've gotten over a certain period of time. That's then compared to two of their competitors to see their link velocity over time as well. And then again, here in yellow is where you can customize some of the analysis, right? Again, we don't want to just use template analysis. We want to make sure that, again, we're using a template to speed things up, to build a framework, but then customize it based on the needs of that client. So what we wrote in here is, since your website does not have a strong history of links, we need to start by building a natural profile of links. That means linking more to the homepage and content before getting more aggressive linking to target pages. Again, this is really important information for the client because 6 months or 2 months for 2 weeks from now, you don't want the client being like, hey, why aren't we getting pages, links to this product page that we want to rank for, or to our insurance page that we want to rank first for? And that's because, again, we want to walk them through the whole process. We want to make sure that they understand how they stand versus the competition, and that we're always putting their website in the best position to succeed. And we're not putting them in a position where they might get penalized or they might, potentially get harmed based on getting links too fast and too many of the wrong links too fast as well. The next slide goes into anchor text versus competition. So very similar chart here. This is their current anchor text compared to the competition anchor text with a little bit of description, and then also the customization here. So you can see we use this little piping here because a lot of times the responses are templated. So we can just kind of use these almost as, if applicable, just leave one of these. So the first one says, since your website has a quality anchor text ratio, we can be more aggressive with keyword rich anchors. A lot of the times in today's internet, anchor text really isn't that big of an issue as it was years ago when we used to get penalized for it a lot. We still want to review it. So this is pretty much a canned response that you can use if the website has a good anchor text ratio. If it does not, then you can use something like this. Since your website has a low quality anchor text ratio, we need to start by building branded anchors. That means linking more with your business name, names, and naked URLs. So again, we're just setting the stage for how we're going to be using links, as opposed to going after, based on your velocity, based on your anchor text ratio, based on the competition, based on the market. We're going to go branded. We're going to go to the homepage to build that authority for the first couple of months, let Google know that these are good natural links coming in. And then we'll get more aggressive with more direct anchor text and more direct links to internal target pages. Next slide goes into link locations. Not a huge deal. Again, just shows where you're currently getting links from, or the client's currently getting links from versus the competition. Again, two things to spin through here is saying you're currently getting links from the US, so we're just going to keep doing this, versus you're getting a large number of links from like Russia. That's really where this becomes a problem. If you're getting a lot of, spammy links from another country, not based on where the client is in high demand, you always want to be getting the most links from relevant websites in the same language and same geographic region. It's just going to be the most high quality links. Not to say that a link from Asia might not be good for a US based website, but we do want to focus it on US based websites, same language, same area, etc. And also just on top of that too, it's kind of widely known in the SEO industry that if you're getting like a lot of links from like a .ru Russian website, they're probably spam. Just another red flag that you might want to look into as you're going through this for your clients. The next slide goes into the best links of your client. And the reason why this is important is because we always want to scale up what's working, right? If they're getting a lot of links from, guest posts or from resource pages naturally and organically, then that might be something that we want to try and scale up by doing outreach. Or if they're getting a lot of like PR type links, then what we might want to do is look into some sort of link reclamation, something along those lines, right? Because they're getting a lot of natural press. They might not be getting the links from it. Then we can just look to scale that up by doing outreach based on that. So again, it's just really important to understand what are the current best links that they're getting, and then how are they getting them? And then we want to fold that into our link strategy of how we're going to replicate and scale up those links for that client. We also want to do this for competitors too, because this is where we can get a lot of insights into what's working in the industry. Because a lot of the times, if we have to do aggressive link building, our client probably doesn't have the best link building strategy in place. So we can look at their competitors, see what they're doing well, reverse engineer it, and then apply that to our client's website as well. And then the final slide in this section is just a quick win opportunity. So this is based off of actual client work. Again, this just shows that these decks are customizable. This is to give you a framework and a base. It doesn't necessarily have to be everything that you deliver to the client. So this one here, as we were going through our analysis, we found that they have a lot of 404 pages that we could set up 301 redirects to clean up, to redirect the link equity back into the website. So we put together a redirect file for them. And there's that. That's an easy, quick win for us with our client to get that link equity pushed back inside and get some quick wins. So again, just a way to customize this deck based on the needs of that client. So the next section here goes into the link acquisition process. And this just kind of starts to talk about how we're actually going to get the links, right? So the first part is the analysis. Now it's going to get a little bit more into how. So again, we talk about 2 ways that we acquire links. We're very open with our customers. We're very honest. We don't want to have any sort of, misinterpretation about expectations or how we're getting our links, because this is a pretty sensitive area for some websites who may have been penalized in the past. So we just want to walk them through it. So the first part that we do is outreach. Again, guest posting, sponsorship, resource pages, whatever that you're going to be using here. Then it talks a little about how we do prospecting and then how we do outreach for contextual links. The next slide just goes into the actual process of how we do outreach. So first, our strategy team builds a list of prospecting keywords. We pass those keywords to our prospecting team. Our outreach manager then contacts the opportunities, negotiates, project manager records, and then we just kind of follow this process over and over and over again. So doing the strategy that you see here to determine what types of links, what types of website, what types of niches we're going to go after. We have an offshore prospecting team who builds a list. We have an offshore outreach team who then contacts, and we have a project manager to make sure everything gets live, right? So it's a very seamless process that we use. But again, the scope of how we're doing this is we're not doing a million types of outreach. We're doing really one type of outreach, whether that's guest posting, resource pages, and then we're scaling that up as fast and quickly as we can to get as many links as we can, and then we'll move on to the next tactic. So part 2, in terms of how we acquire links, is through relationships, right? So we've got a huge database, thousands of websites that we got links on over the past couple of years. We have relationships with vendors, bloggers, media, influencers, the whole yard in between. We actually rely on these links a lot more than we do outreach. We probably do maybe send like 10 outreach emails a month for our clients, if at all. We don't really do that much outreach because we've built relationships with vendors and we built relationships with people who can get links for us. And we just basically arbitrage that price and we take a profit on top of it. So we're able to get really, really good links for our clients without having to build out the operations internally needed to do that. And then again, we'll just make a profit off those links as well. So the way that this process works is very similar. We're just basically checking our database and then using the outreach manager to contact them. So it all is technically a form of outreach, right? We're not just going and, buying links on private blog networks. There's still an element of outreach that goes into this because we're contacting people, but we're pretty much just either greasing the wheels with a payment, providing content for them, or doing, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. We'll do a favor for them in order to get that link live as well. So the next section is here, just goes into link acquisition strategy. This goes into the actual tactics that we'll use. So again, this needs to be customized. For the most part, guest post, sponsorship, roundups, resources, brand advocates, whatever tactics that you're going to use, we want to put that in here. This is also an important headline here. We said there's no such thing as a free link. What we're trying to do again is set the tone for the client to let them understand that there's always going to be a cost that comes with this, whether it's monetary, time, content. Nothing in this world is free. This is a value exchange. So we've got to focus on that exchange of value. And that's really what link building is all about. It's not about contacting or paying. It's about value, understanding what that exchange of value is, just like in business. What's the exchange of value that we're going to do to make them want to place the link live on their website? Because it takes time and energy for them to do that too. So we have to respect that and understand that. So again, this just starts to talk about that and facilitate those conversations with clients. Then it goes into the actual types of links. So guest posting kind of gives a little bit about the specifics of our guest post process. Bloggers or sponsored content, again, goes into the detail here about that as well. Resource pages. And again, you can kind of just add in more of these as you see fit based on what type of links that you're getting for your clients. And then we also do target page for our clients. So what this means is that these are going to be the pages on the client's website that we've evaluated based on their current performance, based on the number of links that they have, based on the value of the keyword, based on the traffic potential, all these things. And we put together a list of 20 target pages that we'll be using throughout our link building campaign, that these are the pages that we want to build links to. And again, we walk you through all this through the link below to teach you how to do a full link building program absolutely free. And the final piece of this is just the outreach email. So you guys can take and use these. These are just link building templates that we use. Again, we try and be as open as transparent as possible with our clients. We want them to see what we're sending out basically on their behalf, while we don't do it under their brand name. Obviously, we are asking for links back to their website or sliding them in. So we want to make sure that they're aware of everything that we're saying, not necessarily on their behalf, but kind of on their behalf. So we have a guest post pitch, blogger pitch, and sponsor post pitch. And again, you can just kind of copy and paste your templates in here and feel free to use these as yours. We don't care at all. So that's everything in the deck. Again, we're using this deck to really bring the client up to speed on what it is that we're going to do and how we're going to do it, how many links we're going to get, what types of links, what types of pitches we're going to send, what types of websites we're going to contact. The whole nine is included here in this deck. And again, If you hit the link below, you get access to this template, plus a little bit more training on how to do things like a link profile analysis, how to determine what types of links, how many links each client needs, everything in between. We've opened this module up as a part of the Blueprint training for you to go through it and really help you understand how to build link building strategies for your clients. So as always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will get to them myself personally. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.